when the tide's rolling in here, this is a scary spot. I've seen some crazy waves coming in and crashing in there. So incredible here. The wind is unbelievable, but so is the view. I'm going to continue my journey up. I can see that little house in the distance, but it looks nearer than it is, because when you're walking on rocks like this, you're actually walking triple the distance. Look at this, folks, it's a coastal cave in the making. Probably every time that the tide's coming in, it'll be blasting away at this bit, undermining it, till eventually there'll either be a cave or a collapse there. So cool, I can see the actual ruin of the house in the gap between those rocks. I'm probably like halfway there since I last updated you. The shape of the rocks the whole way, it's crazy. It's like walking about on the moon. The cool thing about it is that I pick a route pretty successfully negotiate. Here we are, we're at another one of the bays. The stones are red in this one instead of purple like the last bay. I can see the ship out on the sea there is actually turned around. I'm not sure if they're waiting to go to Montrose or what. Here's something, folks, look, there's a hole starting to get worn there. There's like a metal bolt or something down there in the water. That's such a cool little bit to run across that there. Sometimes I've done that when the waves have been crashing against the stones. This must be the height for the driftwood to gather. Maybe when the big waves are crashing, that wood come flying in the air and land up here. So in my last Rocky Coast Explore video we saw coastal erosion, and look at this. Here's more. This is a different spot to that last time. This is a fresh bit of coastal erosion. That shows you how every year the landscape changes. There's been some from up there, but also there's been some from up there. And do you know what that means, folks? That means that that whole bit is moving. That's what that means, eh? Because how could that bit over there crumble and so could that otherwise? Mark my words, folks, this here is going to be a big bit of a coastal erosion soon. I can just imagine that central bit of stones just going boom. It's amazing how much earth and grass is down here from up there. That probably happened a month or two ago in the heavy rains, the heavy winter rains. This here behind me, folks, is Seagull Rock. That's the rock that the seagulls call home. And if you go near them, you can see what happens. They all take off and go mental. You can see that coastal erosion that we just looked at a lot better from here. It's come from up there and down there. Crazy. Look at all these seagulls now. This is a journey into coastal geology here, folks, on today's video, because look at this. See the way that the rock weaves through. separate to the other rock. And look at all the different layers here on this bit. This is like layer after layer. Looks like a toast rack full of rocks. And look, between each one there's a layer of ore. Looks like there's a quartz seam in there, folks. There's so many of them here. This is where you would put in your quarry if you were looking for ore, I'm sure. Bits of rock like that is so cool. Look at this, there's a bit of fishing line here. That is not good for wildlife, folks. BKR coastal countryside code. Always take your fishing line home. So here's a cool little nugget of geology, folks. Look at these crystals in the rock. Whatever that looks like, it's like some sort of coral. It's maybe hard to see it on this screen. Those little red ore things. There's one which has been opened right up. Look, it's got actual like crystals. But all those ores were almost refined by the temperature of the rock. They all floated to the one place and created the crystals. Potentially those like crystals in the rock and that could be unique to this area here, because the rock's probably different to other rocks that you get elsewhere, you know what I mean? Different makeup, different ingredients. So the crystals within the rocks are probably unique as well. See that, folks? I was just thinking what the safest way to go. I was going to go down there, but I'm going to go up this way. I'm taking a little respite here. You can see the ruined houses very near. It's crazy. I've managed to walk this distance no problem. Some days when you come here, it could be because the wind's cold some days, like it really takes it out here. But today, it's going well, folks. This is like an 80-foot cliff I'm on right now, and it's no advised. Crawling up there, keeping my centre of gravity close to the rocks. That's it, we've made it, folks. We're on an even higher cliff now, but the grass path leads over the top here. You can see a bit of driftwood down here floating around. It looks like there's tons of debris in here being washed ashore. Look at this, folks, this is another example of coastal erosion. It's over here, but look at the size of this bit here. This is all brand new. Fresh coastal erosion, 2020. I've been coming here for years and I've never seen it like this. But it does happen, it's just I've not seen it yet. The landscape wouldn't look like this if it didn't happen. Probably at one point there was earth over the top of all this, but now and again the sea is so high that it just washes it away eventually. This is honestly like, it's like coming to Mars or something. It's like exploring the surface of Mars. Wow. This is one of my favourite bits around here normally. When the sea's high, you really need to be skillful to climb around, because it's not safe. Normally the sea's coming right up here. It's incredible how different it looks today. Look at the driftwood up here, big chunks of it. Be careful here if I step over. Real adventures, folks. BKR. Climbing about on rocks, that is intense. Look at the cliff. Even though I was just stepping over and no jumping, it was mental. Look at the colour of these stones here in the rock. This is what I'm saying about the unique like ores and that, which are like, that'll be found nowhere else in the world. Look at this. It's like a clear bit of flint almost that's been formed. That rock just looks like lava though. Maybe in the heat of the lava, those minerals just formed in between. Because this coast here is mineral rich, we'll say. Look at that. If that was in its complete form like this one here, if you were to cut that right through the middle, then that would look incredible. Because they're just honestly like diamonds inside. Look at that one. Rocks like that are just fascinating. We've made it as far as Oozing, folks. It's been an epic journey. I've been climbing through this rocky wonderland. It's been like exploring the moon. Because the tide's out, I'll be able to get round here no bother. But there has been previous times that I've had to run like 100 metres before a wave got to me. Look at this, folks. Everywhere you look, folks, there's just stuff like washed ashore. Look at this. It's like a roadside with a toy set or something. And look, there's still evidence of what could be the bale. All this way up on the coast, look, in the rock trails. There's some sort of like straw. So this is the Oozing harbour here, folks. It's an ancient Scottish fishing harbour. And up on the hill we can see the tower. The Oozing Tower. I think it was originally just like a lookout tower. If you come to this location, sometimes the sea is coming right to the bottom of this rock. So if this is too slippy here, there's no way of getting round that side unless you go up through the field. There was one time I came along here and I had to run all the way to the path over there because each wave was just coming right up to the edge of the grass, but I wanted to make it round. That was before the days of the YouTube, folks. So I think this is a private salmon fishery at the other side of Oozing Harbour here. This is Oozing Beach, folks. It's incredible the amount of anchors over there. It must be like 100. And then over here as well, there's like another 100. Somebody must have collected old anchors at one time. Let's have a look at a couple of them here. It's an incredible amount of anchors there, that's cool. Look, they're under the actual, underneath the pebbles as well. That's a sign of the fishing history of the area. Looks like this whole area here is getting redeveloped. And we'll update you once I'm up past this whole soggy path. The main East Coast Railway, folks. If you want to know what bridge it is, It's the Calders. Between Lunan Bay and Montrose. I think I just missed it, but one train was waiting there for the other one to go south, and then once it went past, the other one took off, but we missed it, folks. I was too far down the hill when it occurred. That's us pretty much back at the car now, folks, so I'll end the video here. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one very soon.